WordPress Consent API, we now have an integration with this plugin in our consent solution. I'm Christian Stoichescu from Pixel Your Site, but this video it's about ConsentMagic, our consent plugin. Well, ConsentMagic is now able to capture data from your users and send it to this consent dedicated plugin. And from here, other plugins can take the data and use it accordingly. So for example, if a user lands on your website, we show ConsentMagic shows them a prompt, a pop-up with consent questions and information, and they say, I don't want to be tracked, or I don't want to be tracked for marketing. I'm okay with analytics. We will immediately send this data to the API, and from there, other plugins like tracking plugins, form plugins, e-commerce plugins can use it. This is the basic idea behind the WordPress API. And let me show you how ConsentMagic, which is right here on pixelyoursite.com, this is where you can find it, works exactly. So here on the scripts and cookie page, we have categories, and each category can be mapped to a default WordPress Consent API category. So we map them in a logical way, but for example, if you have a new category inside ConsentMagic, or if you need to change something, you can do it from here. Analytics will go to the API default statistics. Marketing, for example, will go to the API default marketing, and so on. If you make any changes here, save. So this is the setup inside ConsentMagic, and then that's it. We will send automatically data to the API. You can turn this on or off from our general settings page. It's, where is it? Here. So if you want to stop sending data from ConsentMagic to the Consent API, you can turn that on, off. Maybe you have something else doing this integration, I don't know. And this is all you need to know. I want to show you an example, a plugin that works with the Consent API, and now we'll get data from ConsentMagic. I'm talking about SiteKit. This is a plugin from Google, and here, SiteKit settings, admin, they have their own consent mode turned on, and they say that they can get data from the WordPress Consent API plugin. All they need, and they don't know about ConsentMagic, it's a plugin, a solution that actually gets data from your users, and this is ConsentMagic. This is what our plugin does. So on this website, my demo website, I don't have Pixel Your Site, as I told you, I will turn off this option. Keep in mind that ConsentMagic can work without the WordPress Consent API for most tracking solutions. For example, for the Metapixel. For example, for SiteKit, we have tested and it works perfectly with SiteKit without the Consent API plugin. But this is just mostly for tracking plugins or codes or scripts. For other things like forms or maybe some WordPress e-commerce plugins that we don't have integration with. So it works with scripts running on the front end, but maybe you have other plugins using the Consent API and it's useful. I will show you an example with SiteKit. Again, it's not necessary to use the API for SiteKit, but this is a plugin that I know it works with that Consent API. So I will disable our capacity to detect and block scripts in general, and in this example, Google tags. So save settings. Now, ConsentMagic doesn't block anything. Doesn't block the Metapixel, doesn't block the Google tags or Pinterest or anything that you might have on your website, what it does, it shows the pop-up, the consent pop-up, and sends data to the API. And from there, plugins can take it and use it accordingly. In our case, SiteKit. So how can you confirm it works? Simply open an incognito window, Tag Assistant, okay, and this is our very basic bottom bar with consent information. Right now, everything is disabled because I'm targeted by what we call a GDPR rule, a rule targeting users from the EU, where you need permission before tracking. In Google's case, you should see everything disabled. And let's see, consent default, denied, everything is denied. This is correct. So this is SiteKit getting data from API, getting data from ConsentMagic. Nothing should work in terms of tracking. And now I will say, okay, allow all. Let's see. We have a consent update. Now everything is granted. And it was done not by ConsentMagic directly, it was done by ConsentMagic sending data to the WordPress API consent plugin, and then SiteKit took the data from there. I'm Cristian Stoicescu from Pixel Your Site. Our main plugin tracks users and data and traffic, conversions and everything, but our consent solution, ConsentMagic, allows you to do it in a legal way, respecting user privacy. And now it works with WordPress Consent API as well. Thank you for watching. Like this video, share this video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.